Привет Stalkers, my name is Darren Costumes and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, no costume. Why? Quite simple, we're traveling and traveling is the best way to check out something new. It's Stalker for the Switch. You guys may be wondering whether Stalker on the Switch is the game we are waiting for or if we should just jump towards Stalker 2. And in this video, we're going to check out exactly that. Can Stalker hold up on a Switch? We'll find out. And also, what I can offer for you is something that you didn't have yet, but you might get it. And that is Stalker for the Switch for free. What you have to do for it is quite simple. Just let me know which of the Stalker trilogy games you want to play on the Switch and you can win a download code for it. Not all free, just one, so make a wise choice and let me know in the comments below which game you want to get on the Switch. Furthermore, if you want to have a second entry in this giveaway, as always, remember to tag a friend that you will take on your journey through the zone, even if it's on the Switch console. First of all, you have to consider that Stalker on the Switch is a digital download, so you will not have the option to actually buy a physical copy. You will have to get it through the Nintendo eStore, which is quite good because sometimes you'll be able to get stuff on a discount there. This is something I truly appreciate. What I do not appreciate is the fact that it takes up some space on your Switch, so make sure to have an SD card. Those games are big. And I'm not surprised because the size of the games is heavily influenced by the actual graphics of the games. And that's the first thing we notice when we actually boot up the game. The graphics are way better than expected. So for some reason they have improved the graphics of Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl and adapted them towards the Switch, and in my opinion they don't look too bad. A little bit blurry I would say, but not in a bad way, probably because of the filtering of the graphics. Also the textures seem to be improved. Overall the game makes quite a good first impression. The graphics are what we would expect from an old game that has been polished into the 21st century, but they don't have to hide. So this game, just by its looks, is playable without mods and quite a better experience than the unpatched original Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Furthermore, we have to consider what will be the greatest challenge for us, at least for us PC gamers. It's the controls. The controls of the game are, of course, Switch controls, so you will just have to get used that the thumbs are your main tools for this game experience. And for me, this was really difficult. I am not a shooter player on consoles. I have rarely played any shooter on console, and I understand why, because, you know, aiming just with thumbs is a disaster. It's really tough for me to get in, but once you get used to that, it's actually not that bad. You can actually manage to survive your first firefights, even though you will learn to appreciate certain weapons more than you used to in the past games. For example, I truly learned to appreciate the double-barrel shotgun because this gun did not require any accuracy from me. I could just aim somewhat in the direction of my enemies and spray, and by that I survived. My first firefights in the cordon were challenging but not impossible. I have to admit, even though I'm a total noob by playing shooters on console, I decided to play on veteran difficulty, and I think I should have probably gone for the Stalker difficulty, but anyway, we made our experience. Artifact hunting is just artifact hunting. Nothing has changed in that. You don't have detectors in the first game like you don't have them in the original one. And of course the story is still the same, which is good, because I truly think that the original Stalker experience is the vanilla game experience without a modified story. So the first things you're gonna do is do a few quests in Cordon and head towards Garbage. And Garbage is truly a challenging place because in Garbage you have to face two larger firefights against bandits, and I can tell you, if you are not used to aiming on the Switch in a shooter game, it will be tough. It is tough, but there's something that actually makes it easier for you, and that is the included gyroscope. And at first I was very skeptical because when we remember how gyroscopes worked in other games, it was not always the best choice, but in Stalker on the Switch, it works. The gyroscope is not only well adapted for the Switch, it's also quite accurate, and you can even change the settings like sensitivity, inversion, smoothing, stuff like that. So they really put effort into that, but the gyroscope is a good choice for stalkers who want to improve their aim in those games and don't only rely on their thumbs. For me, the gyroscope was quite good for like mid to long range firefights. In close combat it was practically useless, but when it came to like sniping enemies like on mid range or something, it turned out quite well. And I could not complain about that. So you guys already got a good gyroscope in this game. When will we experience the gyroscope in another game? Maybe in a Stalker VR game? Just saying. If you would like to play Stalker on VR, let me know it in the comments below, especially if you have played Into the Radius, a game that I didn't play because I have no VR gear, but I've seen a lot of videos about that, and I'm really curious whether Stalker would actually hold up in VR. So, especially the VR veterans of you might be able to tell me whether this would be a good thing or whether this would turn out into a disaster. Also, VR games have been adapted onto the Switch as well, so you can not only play Shadow of Chernobyl, but also Clear Sky and my favorite of the series, Call of Pripyat. I know that some people might argue whether Call of Pripyat is the best part of the Stalker series. Gameplay-wise, it is. Story-wise, I think that Shadow of Chernobyl will be the undisputed masterpiece of GSC Gameworld. So, does the game hold up? In my opinion, yes. Under the circumstances. The circumstances are that you are used to play shooters on the Switch, because I have only played like the basic games that you play on the Switch, Mario games, Animal Crossing, stuff like that. Civilization works on the Switch quite well, and the Gothic port. But to be fair, Gothic was never ever intended to be played with a mouse. It's actually a keyboard only game, so the implementation of Gothic on the Switch was way easier than the one of Stalker. So if you guys are either used to play shooters on a Switch, or if you are willing to commit towards playing shooters on a Switch and really practice, or just use like auto aim, there is an option for that, you will enjoy that game. And it's quite a good option for you if you want to play Stalker while traveling, or if your PC is just, you know, like that. So you can check out Stalker on the Switch. And I think the price is quite fair for what you get, and you guys can finally venture out into the zone. Maybe even if you are venturing to the real-life zone. I guess for many of us, the Switch itself is something new, a new experience. We are not used to play Stalker on the Switch, it's a new world. But I think that advancing in the world of console and portable gaming is important for Stalker, because not everyone has a gaming PC, and I'm always happy if other people have the possibility to actually access my favorite game on a different platform. So I hope you're as excited as I am, and that you will join me on my journey through the zone by subscribing to my YouTube channel, joining the Stalker Squad, leaving a like and a comment, and especially checking out the other videos on this YouTube channel. Thank you guys for your support. You're an insane community, and I highly appreciate every one of you, especially when it gets serious in around 2 weeks and we venture out into the zone. But until then, good hunting, Stalkers.